And leaders have been meeting in New York to discuss a possible two-state solution for Israel and the Palestinians. Israel rejects any such scenario, but the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has warned that a dual-nation outcome is essential.
The only realistic, just and sustainable solution is two states, Israel and Palestine, living side by side in peace and security, within secure and recognized borders on the basis of the pre-1967 lines, with Jerusalem as the capital of both, in line with international law, UN resolutions, and other relevant agreements.
An attempt to force upon Israel a Palestinian terror state. The French foreign minister said in New York yesterday that Europe must pressure Israel to accept a two-state solution. Establishing a Palestinian state today is establishing a Hamas state, a jihadist state. It ain't gonna happen.
I'm now joined by Sinijlawi, a Palestinian peace activist and founder of the Jerusalem Development Fund. He spent 5 years in an Israeli prison for violence he committed during the first Intifada. But for the last 30 years, he has been working to build bridges between Palestinians and Israelis. Sama, a very warm welcome to DW News. We just heard these sharply opposing views from the UN Secretary-General and the Israeli Foreign Minister. How confident are you that the two-state solution will ever materialize?
Well, I'm definite that it is going to materialize. This is not fantasy. Denying it is the fantasy. There is no other way that you can manage this conflict, and there is no other way that you can solve this conflict that is outside the framework of two-state solution. There are 7 million Jewish Israelis and 7 million Palestinians who are living between the river and the sea. And this is a fact that is not going to change, not with the war in Gaza and not with any other measures. The only way that we can achieve a Jewish democratic state, which is a legitimate need for the Jewish people, they want to live in their Jewish democratic state, is to separate from millions of Palestinians. And if there is any other solution than the two-state solution, please name it, put it on the table. If we pull out the two-state solution from the table, what is left? It's chaos. It's a continuous of bloodshed. It's a continuous of uncertainty. And this conflict, both Israelis and Palestinians are paying a very heavy price over it, where there are people who are killed from both sides. Okay, in numbers, the Palestinians are much more, but also Israelis are paying the price for it. And the majority of Israelis and Palestinians, and I know very well the Israelis, I know very well the Palestinians, the majority of Palestinians and the Israelis are willing to take these steps. Now, there are hesitation. Most of the Israelis who currently oppose the two-state solution oppose it based on security fears, not because of ideology. Those Israelis who oppose in principle on ideological basis the two-state solution are a minority of 10 to 12% of the Israeli Jews inside Israel. So the majority would like to endorse it, but they are now confused. Statements like the statement of Foreign Minister Saad, when he says that the Palestinian state will be a terrorist state. Why not a democratic, accountable, transparent state? Why not a liberal state? Why did he judge for sure the Palestinian state is going to be...
Allow me to interrupt you there. You've just mentioned the Israeli Foreign Minister. Isn't that a question of trust and how this trust between those two sides can be rebuilt?
Well, I'll tell you something. Despite all the pain, despite all what has happened on the 7th of October and all the war that has been taking place for the last 21 months, I think that we are closer to a political development, to the two-state solution. But these incidents made us be close. It did not distance us from this horizon. Now the obstacle is that the hearts of Israelis and Palestinians are filled with hard feelings. We need to deal with these hard feelings. When we release the hearts of Israelis and Palestinians from the hard feelings and we build trust and confidence, and it starts by leadership. The lack of trust is engineered by the current political elites on both sides. There is no trust, and they don't
so
want
what
to work
can be done? What can be
and
done
they
to
confuse the
rebuild this
population.
trust?
Well, I think we are one election far from peace. We are one leader far from the two-state solution. If the coming elections, both for Palestinians and Israelis, now President Abbas, in the framework of the French recognition to the Palestinian state, committed to organize a presidential and legislative elections within 10 and a half months now. And the Israelis are going to face elections, whether early election in February to March 26 or normally in November 26. The year 26 is going to have Palestinian and Israeli elections. We are only far one elections from peace. These elections, I'm sure it will show that people are fed up from the current situation. They will vote to peace on both sides. And then we will see the development. The current political leadership on both sides are keeping Palestinians and Israelis hostages for 20 years in their bunkers, not allowing them to open their minds and hearts to the other side. And this has created a lot of hatred, hard feelings in the hearts. But we can recover quickly from these hard feelings when political leaders show a political will and trust towards political steps.
That's a clear message of hope there from the Palestinian peace activist, Sinijlawi. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you.